everybody, today I'm going to talk with you about psychosis. What is it? What happens if we get diagnosed with it? And what does it look like? So stay tuned. So like I said, today I want to talk with you about psychosis. I've heard from many of you that there have been different times when you were struggling with your mental illness that you had psychosis of some sort, some psychotic features, your doctor said. And what does that really mean? Now, I'm going to talk with you about psychosis as it relates to the schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders. There are 5 domains, they call them, where psychosis falls under. However, many of you have experienced, I know because you've told me about it, that you've had major depressive disorder with psychotic features, you've had bipolar disorder 1 or 2 with psychotic features, and know that that is very common. Oftentimes we're struggling with one mental illness and it can get really bad, or a lot of people with intense mania with bipolar 1 disorder can experience psychotic features alongside that. And so it's really important that you express to your doctor, your therapist, your treatment team, whoever's seeing you, about what you're experiencing, because they need to know all the information to make sure that you're getting the help that you need. But today I'm going to talk with you about pretty much the 5 different ways that we can experience psychosis. Now, these domains that I'm going to talk about can be in relation to your major depressive disorder, your bipolar disorder, but where it falls in the DSM is under schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders. Okay? You with me? So there are 5. So we got to get moving because there's a lot of them. So the first one is delusions. Now, I've talked about these before in my schizophrenia video. If you want to watch that to get gain more understanding, you can click here to watch more about that. Now, delusions are firmly held beliefs. And there's nothing you can say to that person or do to make them think that their belief is false. No matter if there's conflicting evidence, they still firmly believe that these things are happening. So that's a delusion. Now the second is a hallucination. So delusions are firmly held beliefs. Hallucinations are things that we see or hear that no one else sees and hears. Auditory hallucinations, though, are the most common. These people are really experiencing this. This is something they're really perceiving is happening. Even though we don't see it or hear it or feel it, they do. Okay? Now the third is disorganized thinking. So if we are struggling with psychosis, oftentimes our thinking is not in order. Okay? It will be noticed through someone's speech. It can sound like you're hopping from a topic to another. We used to call it in the hospital word salad. And it's like, I don't even know, random words strung together. Now the fourth is grossly disorganized or abnormal motor behavior. And I have written down, it can be catatonia as well. Now I know these are a lot of large words and it can be really confusing, but what this really means is, so their behavior is grossly disorganized, is very disorganized. They can struggle to get to the grocery store to buy the bread that they need, because that would be an organized behavior, it'd be a goal-oriented thing. And it can be very hard for them. A lot of the one thing, and I'll get off my soapbox in a second, but the one thing I feel like people always overlook is those who struggle with psychosis, being schizophrenia or any kind of those spectrum disorders, is depression. A lot of them are very depressed. It can be a really scary world that they live in, to feel like people are following them, that people are talking to them through their TV that's turned off, that doing what we would think of as simple activities to go get something so that we could, care for ourselves. It's so difficult and it's so unattainable, it can be really hard. And the fifth and the last one, and this is something that I saw a lot in the hospitals because it also isn't as bothersome to people on the outside, so it can go undiagnosed or untreated, are negative symptoms. So those who struggle with psychosis have what we call positive symptoms, like the delusions, hallucinations, the disorganized thinking and speech. Those are things that we see. That's why we call them positive. They're adding on to things. We're adding on a delusion or hallucination. You follow? But negative symptoms are things we're taking away. People can not move at all. They cannot express themselves emotionally. And I have the most common ones, because there are a lot. But the number one is diminished emotional expression, or what we call blunted affect. That's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry that happened to you. There's no expression. No emotional attachment. Avolition, which is when they don't show any desire to do anything of purpose or for themselves. It's kind of like maybe anhedonia to the max, like we talk about in depression, when you just don't really enjoy doing anything. It's like you don't want to do anything. And so I have written here, so I don't forget, that many disorders can have psychotic features as a subtype, just like I was talking about at the beginning. So if you experience any of these, or you know someone who does, please, please, please reach out for help and get properly assessed. Let your treatment team know what you're experiencing, because it goes so far beyond just what I've talked about today. Psychosis is more common than we know. It's more common than people talk about. A lot of disorders have subtypes of it. And so we have to make sure that we're getting the treatment that we need and we're able to express what we're going through. This can maybe help you put some words to what you've been feeling or what a loved one has been expressing to you. And also, it's so important that you share your experience. Have you experienced one of the things I talked about? Was it a little different than the way I described it? That is so helpful to someone who maybe thinks they might have it but isn't quite sure. So please share your experiences and share this video as we work together towards a healthy mind and a healthy body. Things that aren't there. I could be feeling things that aren't there. Think of your senses. Not many people like smell things that aren't there or even feel things that aren't there. The most common are seeing and hearing.